This story originates from Pakistan and is based on real events. At Echoes of Fear, we aim to share this tale to provide valuable insights, helping you make informed choices during your future travels to the subcontinent. We hope that by understanding this story, you can enrich your experiences and avoid potential pitfalls. Here is the story. We shouldn't have stayed overnight, but when your uncle insists the beach huts of Mubarak Village are paradise, you don't argue. Not when half your family flies in from Dubai and Australia for a reunion. Not when the sea glows like liquid. Onyx under the moon. Big mistake. The huts were wrong from the start. Rickety bamboo skeletons clinging to cliffs, their thatched roofs sagging like rotten teeth. Locals avoided them. We didn't notice until after we'd booked. The driver who brought us muttered under his breath, refusing to look at the huts directly. No one stays past sunset, but my uncle laughed it off. Superstitious fishermen. We prayed Maghrib at dusk, the women hurriedly laying out biryani as the sun bled into the Arabian Sea. By 8:30 p.m., the air turned gelid, unnatural. My pregnant sister, Aisha, retreated to her room, a cramped cell with a window overlooking the cliffs. That's where it began. The shadow. Aisha swore she saw something pressed against the glass first. A man-shaped smear, greasy and too tall, its breath fogging the pain. When she flicked the light on, it vanished. But when darkness returned, so did the thing. Inside the room now, reeking of salt and rot. She described its face as melted wax, its eyes like puncture wounds. Her scream shattered the hush of the night. We found her trembling, pointing at the window. "It's still here," she whispered, teeth chattering. We didn't believe her. Not until the voices started, loudspeakers blared Bollywood songs to drown out the silence. But beneath the music, we heard it, a woman sobbing, her cries syncopated with the crash of waves. My cousin Imran froze, his phone light trembling in his hand. "It's coming from the stairs." The second-floor landing was a throat of darkness. Imran's flashlight caught her, a girl in a soaked shalwar kameez, hair hanging in seaweed, clumps. Her face was blurred, like static on a dying TV screen. She twitched violently, her fingers elongating like claws. Then she lunged. Chaos erupted. The generator died. Something heavy dragged across the roof, slow and deliberate, like nails, raking wood. Then came the knocking, soft, rhythmic, from inside the walls. The driver sprinted in, face ashen. His car's tire had blown, and claw marks raked deep into the trunk. "Like nails," he panted. We fled at midnight, cramming into the car. That's when she followed. The girl, no, the thing, sprinted, on all fours, joints snapping like crab legs. 80 km/h, 90. Her laughter rattled the windows. "She's in the mirrors!" the driver shrieked. No one breathed until Karachi's lights swallowed the coastal road. But we brought something home, the possession. 2 days later, Amma started eating raw meat. I found her at 1 a.m. crouched by the fridge, gnawing a bloody chicken carcass with manic intensity. Her nightgown was soaked in red, her lips stretched into a grotesque smile, exposing blackened gums. When I gasped, she turned to me. Her eyes were bottomless pits, writhing with something not human. "Don't look," she rasped, voice splintered like glass. "We wrestled the meat away." She didn't scream, didn't fight, just watched us, silent and knowing. Then, methodically, she began biting her own fingers to the bone. The Maulvi was summoned. He smelled the rot before stepping inside. "A churale," he said grimly, burning herbs and reciting verses. She hitched a ride from the village. It didn't help. Amma's hunger spread. My sister Aisha, who saw the shadow first, began chewing her lips raw. My uncle sleepwalked to the kitchen drawer, whispering in a language none of us recognized. We sedated Amma for days, tying her to the bed as the Maulvi chanted. But the witch left a gift. Amma's fingers never healed. Where the bone was exposed, her flesh should have regrown. But it remained raw, as if something kept feeding. She stares at her hands in confusion. "Where did they go?" she asks. We don't tell her. We don't mention the nightmares either. The ones where the sea whispers to us, "Come back, come back." Last night, I woke up gasping. The sound of wet footsteps filled the house. The smell of salt and something decayed clung to the air. I found Amma at the window staring at the street. Karachi's smog hid the stars, but she was smiling. Her teeth looked sharper than before. "They're here," she whispered. Outside, the streetlights flickered. Shapes crouched in the shadows, too tall, too still. Their necks were bent at unnatural angles, faces lost in darkness. The girl from the hut was with them. Update, we're leaving Karachi. The Maulvi says it's too late. The thing isn't in the city anymore, it's in our blood. This brings us to the end of the story, a genuinely horrifying tale about something lurking in the dark in areas far removed from the modern life of cities. Please keep this story in mind when you go to the beach at night, as you might encounter something similar. Stay safe if you can.